I didn't tell you the other story where Omar nutted on a nigga MP3 and I got slapped for it.
All right. Why I wanted to do this is because my brother's a liar.
I don't think I read.
Why would you nut on an MP3? There's no fucking video that could play from there.
Oh, it was one of those like
I can understand if he nutted on a phone.
This is alleged though.
Yeah,
this is alleged.
And you got smacked for it.
I got smacked for it, bro.
You paid for a lot of Omar repercussions.
Yeah, wait, so if it wasn't him, who nutted?
Omar said nobody nutted. It was just sticky.
Right.
Was it nut?
Right.
I don't. So let me explain the story. So back in the day, I was hanging around the hooligans, man, the wrong crowd of people, man. I just wasn't where I need to be. And the house where we used to live is down the street from the school, so people.
All right.
Would just walk to my mom's crib, and they would happen pretty frequently. So normally, like on a normal day, a weekday, it would probably be like 3 or 4 other people at our cribs.
Cap. This is the first bit of cap right here. Let me say this first and foremost. He is absolutely right. We stayed. I don't know why that just did that. What the fuck?
Sometimes
he stayed down the street from the. We stayed down the street from the school. Our house used to be the hangout house. However, it was not 3 to 4 people. My brother would have close to 10 people on a daily basis. 3 would be a low number, but it would be close to 10 people. Our schools got out differently. High school got out before middle school. So I would come home to like 10 people. And these are my brother's friends. I knew these people. It was my brother and there was a neighbor down the street. Now, the neighbor down the street, he was into some tomfoolery. Shouts out to Andy. You feel what I'm saying? Shouts out to him. But like we would just hang out. They would play back. First of all, they would smoke weed, play a little football in the yard. Cause some of them were football players too. Play video games, listen to music, watch videos about crip walking and you know throwing up stacking, and we would freestyle. It would just be a bunch of different things. It was a good time. Not gonna lie, it was a little fun, especially for me. I was hanging out with the older kids, and when I got to high school, because there was gonna be at least a year. When I got to high school, I was gonna be a freshman. They were gonna be seniors. I thought I was gonna be in cool with the guys. Now that didn't happen. Some stuff went down. It was surrounding this, but you know. So anyway, I felt like the man. I ain't gonna lie. So anyway, again, not my brother, but the neighbor, cool dude. Like we really brought him in as family. We would go over his house a lot. He would come over to our house a lot. We went to baseball games, movies, dinners. We would do a lot together with each other. He started hanging around the wrong people. And these were kids who would come over from the county over and you know, they were hoodlums. They were hoodlums, not gonna lie. Some of them are in jail. Some of them are still in jail if I'm not mistaken. Some of them may even be dead. But those were the type of people that were coming to the house. So, you know.
Just hooligans. Just doing hooligan things, right?
Like what?
A lot of time we would just be on LimeWire on YouTube watching to be honest with you,
horse porn.
No, watching what? I said
That's
YouTube.
crazy.
What the fuck?
It exists.
Well, we was watching gangbanging clips. People trying to teach themselves how to crip walk. That's
No. I thought you meant all 3 holes full. We gotta be more specific.
What a good family affair.
The hooligans pull up at the school at your crib.
Niggas, we watch
Gangbangs at 5.
Niggas come to the house and watch blood and crip videos to teach themselves how to crip walk and how to like do the signs.
That is the most suburban thing I've heard in my life.
And also watch rap battles.
Text the group chat.
Yeah,
I got the
rap battles, anime, just a bunch of dudes hanging out with other dudes. Nothing crazy, but they were also smoking a little weed and doing stuff they wasn't supposed to be doing. One of the things that we was doing that we were supposed to be doing. So again, young men, hella testosterone. Some of these dudes come from no parent homes, the hood, what you would consider the hood, et cetera, et cetera. We used to have this game where I think we used to have a set of boxing gloves at our house. We had a set of boxing gloves at our house. And so one person would put a glove on their hand and the other person would put the glove on the other hand. So I get the left hand, you get the right hand. and all we would do is just one hand box, just one hand box. Now, mind you, my brother is 3 years older than me. For whatever reason, they would do these things when I wasn't home. But then when I got home, they decided to include me in these things. So I might be in 6th, 7th, 8th grade being included in these one hand box. And I'm not talking about slap box. They used to slap box too. But I'm talking about I give you one glove, I take one glove, and we one hand boxing, and I'm in 8th grade. We were playing tackle football in the yard, and I'm in 7th grade. I'm in 7th grade playing tackle football with these dudes. These are big dudes. Huge dudes.
McChickens, gangbang time. Petite girl get banged by Mandingo crew.
Yeah, John is going crazy.
We had me and that Lowe's.
John is great.
Or Marcel's. We meet at Marcel's.
We're at Lowe's gangbanging. We're at Lowe's
Gangbang Friday.
Also, rap battles. This is the other thing we watch. You watch a lot of rap battles.
Me and the boys, gangbanging at
Gangbang
Lowe's.
Friday. I got all the McChickens, extra mayonnaise.
So it was one dude I was hanging around with. Y'all was with the wrong crowd. I admit it. That
is the wrong
He
crowd.
was learning tutorials on how to gangbang on YouTube. That is crazy.
Allegedly,
crazy.
He stole one of Omar's his iPod.
Damn.
He stole the iPod.
Which one?
This is true. iPod Nano. It wasn't a luxurious thing, but iPod Nano, and all of a sudden it just goes missing. I can't say who it is. I can't say if I lost it. I can't say what happens. I just know my iPod Nano is gone. Love the iPod Nano. Just gone.
I can't remember. I think it
Nano?
said Nano. Yeah, I think it said
Okay.
Nano. He sold Omar's iPod, but then he had a Zoomy, the thing that like the other competitor for iPods at the time, and they had like it was.
Oh, he doesn't mention this. I'm going to stop pausing. We also watch porn together. We watch porn together. Or all of us, we watch porn together. My bad.
Competing because it was able to get like a screen before iPods had a screen and shit like that. So you could watch some shit on there. So apparently Omar stole it in retaliation to him stealing it, but he couldn't find it, so he just didn't know where it was at and stuff like that. So he just thought he lost it. So then probably a month later, I found it in the couch. And I'm like, oh, this nigga, I found it, right? So I took it, and then my friend who's a mutual friend of his, I gave it to him, be like, hey, yo, I found his iPod, just get back to him, his Zoomy. And I was holding it from the wire in the clip, but I didn't like touch the screen. So then I gave it to him, and he gave it back to the other dude, and come to find out, it was sticky all on the screen.
Okay. Now, this is where I need to defend myself. No, I did not steal it. Yes, I did find it. Yes, I did know that there was porn on it. I may have even masturbated once or twice with it. However, I never nutted on it. Nutting on it would be crazy. I found it, knew where it was, would put it back. When I had the opportunity to go get it, I would go get it, do what I needed to do, and then put it back. I never nutted on it. That's a crazy concept. Because if I nutted on it, that would take away from my viewing experience. I always put it back because I wanted to, if they came back the next day and then they just sat on it, but oh, this is it right here. I don't want it to be found in my room or whatever the case may be. I never stole it. Now, again, they stole my shit wholeheartedly. Yeah, on the screen is crazy.
So the story is, this is what he's thinking. The story is that Omar stole his Zoomy,
This is wrong.
nutted on it, and then essentially gave it back to him.
He just
He
left it.
smacked you.
So then I'm just like going through like school. I'm just like going through school like, oh man, I just got done with my locker, about to go to class. And then I turn around and then this nigga's like probably like 3 or 4 inches taller than me. Like
Big
huge,
dude.
muscular dude.
Big dude, I ain't gonna lie.
Slaps the shit out of me.
Hey, I'm telling y'all right now, when I say it, I know I can't paint the best picture because it is what it is. The people that my brother are hanging around with are huge. That class that he was in, that high school class, was way bigger. the people that like my brother was hanging around with would make my brother look small. Height wise, not weight wise, but height wise specifically. Some of these dudes were going to or had opportunities to play like D1 football at whatchamajig schools. Can I do that? Yeah, I think I could do that. I think people know where I live or where I went to school. They had the opportunity to play football at like SEC schools. So this is one of the dudes. Shouts out to Derek. 6'2", 244 defensive lineman. And again, I think that those numbers may be skewed, but I'm telling y'all, when I say huge, people were like this size at the house. I think Derek was that size since he was in 8th grade. These are the people that I'm playing one-hand boxing with. These are the people that I'm playing tackle football in the yard with. These are these people. These are those people. I'm in 7th grade, dog. I'm in 7th grade. I'm in 8th grade. You know what I'm saying? What? No way, bro. No. And yes, again, mind you, I'm talking about a multitude of people. So the dude my brother is talking about right now, like, this is just one of many. This is just one of many. Let me see. That's his football highlights, but this ain't good football highlights. This is like 12 years ago football highlights. But when I say a monster on the football field, my God, shit was fucking going crazy. Anyway,
just slaps me, bang, slap the fuck out of me.
It hurt.
Then he walked away. Yeah, I mean it hurt, but like it more so hurt that like a crowd of people saw me just get slapped. That's what hurt way more.
The attitude.
Yeah, in fact, he walks away. He walks away. And then as he walks away, I follow him and I bust the corner. Then like I was about to get in the fight with this nigga. I was like, you're not about to slap me. Just off the strength of I at least gotta try to fight this nigga. Because I'm not about to look crazy. A bunch of niggas. I cut the corner.
Stand on your business, man. Stand on your business.
And then the principal was there though. Like it just so happened the principal was around the corner. And I knew for a fact if I had started a fight with him, I was gonna get expelled off the fucking rip. So I didn't fight this nigga. So then later on that day though, they had called me in because obviously like he did it right in front of the main hallway and shit like that. So then everybody told on him. So then they asked me, they're like, yo, we saw what happened. Do you want to press charges? That's what they asked me. I was like, nah. Let that nigga breathe. I'll handle that nigga behind the scenes. Don't worry about that.
Let that nigga breathe.
Don't worry about him.
Let me tell you something. Let that nigga breathe is crazy. My brother's a nut job. But what I will say is the concept of them getting expelled. So at the time in which we are growing up, there's a county next to us that's losing their accreditation, or lost their accreditation. So there's it's a black county. You know, the town that I was in, it was predominantly white. So in order to keep those people out of the school and try to get some of the people that got into the school out of the school to weed it out, they basically did a crackdown on all rules and regulations. They was standing on business. They was standing on fucking business. So the way that you had to check and prove your residency was extra extensive. If there was any fights, any one-time things going on, then they were kicking you out of school. It was no OSS suspension. There was levels to this shit. Yeah, war on drugs type beat. Like there was barely any levels to that shit. You got into a fight, you're gone. You're done. You're over with. And the fact that he had a record before this, because he had a record before that. The fact that he had a record before this, yeah, they wrapped that nigga up. I think John is like, oh, no way they suspended him off of one thing or they expelled him off of one thing. Yeah, bro.
I did tell him no, don't press charges.
You said let that nigga breathe. I'm gonna handle it behind the sideline.
In my mind, I'm being honest with you, John. That's why I told myself like, no, don't don't have
I
that
ain't
nigga
gonna
get
press no charges. I'm gonna see him later.
That's basically what I told
I'll be
myself. That's basically what I told myself. Don't press charges because I need to see that nigga later on. Don't
That
press
attempted
charges.
assault.
I didn't say it out loud though.
Oh, you just thought about it.
I didn't. Attempted assault
assault.
is crazy. Either you do it or you don't.
Premeditated assault.
I guess.
Is that a crime?
So then,
Think about whooping nigga ass.
But then the fucked up part about it is they actually just expelled him. So I never saw him in school again. They just expelled him. And nigga was in the alternative school down the street. So I never saw him.
How hard did he smack you?
Back in the school. In the school, no. In the school
No
that I went
detention,
to.
no suspension.
Now, I'll say this. That part is true. After that, I'm not gonna lie, people didn't come to the house no more. It was done. And then what my brother is not telling you is, and this could be loosely connected, we never got any confirmation or anything like that, but I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. This is after the PS3 comes out. So, mind you, these people are all up and through, in and out our house, eating up the snacks, you know, going crazy, knowing where everything is. The only room that they didn't touch, you know, still respectable dudes. They ain't never went in my mom's room, but knew where everything was, just knew everything. We get our house broken into, right? We get our house broken into, and they don't really, they never ransacked the place. They never ransacked the place. So what happens is they break into the house, take what they take. I'll tell you what they take in a minute, and then they leave out through the front. They leave out through the garage door, leave the garage door open. This is while we're in school. My brother gets off the bus, is walking home with our neighbor or whatever, and then they see the garage open. They see the door kind of open, or you know, and they're like, "What the fuck?" And so then my brother doesn't go in. The neighbor goes in, and he walks in through the garage door, looks, and says, "Yeah, I think I got robbed, bro." So then that's when, you know, they call my mom or whatever the case may be, and then mind you, I think my mom has, no, not I think, my mom has enough time to get off, come home, all this stuff like that. And then I finally get home to find out that we've been robbed. So they didn't ransack the place though. They took the TV that was in the living room and they took the PlayStation that was in the living room. I think they may have taken like a couple more things, but they went through my mom's room, which you would think, okay, this is the mom's room. She might have jewelry. She might have X, Y, and Z. Let's get through this. Nope, they didn't do none of that. They went straight for the TV and the PlayStation. Now, people usually get robbed by people they know. People, that's who they break into the house. And who goes to get specific things? Usually, if you break into somebody's house, you're trying to find the valuables. You're trying to rummage. Somebody might have a cash or whatever the case may be. Somebody might have something. Like if you break into somebody's house or whatever, they may got their TV set up or whatever the case may be. But you gonna leave with more than that. Hell, I'm taking lock boxes. I'm taking jewelry boxes. I'm taking everything. You leave with 2-3 things from specific places. So I think my mom thinks, even my brother thinks it was them niggas right there, but it is what it is. But that's my side of the story. We didn't really see them much after that. Stuff started dying down. A lot of them started to go to alternative school. A lot of them just did not make it for real. It is what it is. But I didn't take his stuff and nut on it. I did beat my meat to it though.